So, you know, I want to get into a little more detail on this topic here, as I didn't get into it very much. I think a lot of my talk was on the Thunder advancing to the NBA Finals, and the scenario if they were to face the Lakers and the Warriors, that they were able to dodge, because I feel like both of those teams can be real threats to the Thunder. Aside from the fact that the Nuggets were just about as close of a threat to them, knowing their championship experience in 2023. But yeah, in a long talk about that, I want to get into this topic and more. So, like I said, I had thoughts about wanting to come back to my friend circle. After what I did toward the end of January, everyone that has watched this video, including Julio, or that watched some of my, I was watching my first video about, what I'd done with my friend circle, including Mari, Julio and Neil. They already knew. I'm pretty sure Carlos had known too, because I think Mari has shared probably some of that video, and maybe some of the other ones where I addressed where my life was at, my social life was at. So I think that Carlos knew about it as well, because she told me, he's the one that told her that I was being a coward, but at the same time, shout out to Carlos, who did treat me for breakfast on my birthday. Hopefully he's doing well. That that he also wants to see a stronger version of me. I don't know if he's ever gonna see his video. I don't even know if he's still subbed to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know his account name or whatever. But I don't even know how to look for other people's account names. But I mean, I know Russ's, I know Mari's, and eventually I knew who Julio's was. But it's just it was kind of hard for me to identify until I saw his style of writing. You know what I'm saying? So, if ever Carlos sees this video or any of the videos of the past, I just want to say I thank you again for the breakfast. You know what I mean? The breakfast that you treated me on my birthday, which is like probably a few days before my actual day. And if he sees this, yeah, I know what Mari told you, and you want to see a stronger version of me, and just so you know, I'm also taking therapy. Julio already knows I'm taking therapy. Mari already knows I'm taking therapy. I don't know about Neil. I don't know about Russ. I'm pretty sure those guys have probably seen my videos, because I've talked about taking my first therapy session, and I had another one just yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So getting back to this topic at hand, once again, I had thoughts about wanting to come back to my friend circle. I can't really guarantee it right now, though, because, like I said, I can take a number of therapy sessions, right? And, it's already hard enough for me to feel what I feel as far as being in this workplace and all that. So it's just been like, it's a hard balance, really, just knowing that I'm here and dealing with the abnormalcy that this dump has been. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's it's hard for me to balance it out, because I can never feel the person that I feel, man, because I'm telling you, and I've been proven right with all the evidence, especially the recent evidence from the last couple of these last couple of months about what the longer I'm here, the more bad things happen to me, and based on the attitude that I had, and the behavior, and like, look, it's already 2 therapy sessions. Yeah, my therapist wants to see me do better, of course. That's why I have a therapist. But unfortunately, with a place like this, that's abnormal as it is, I don't even know how this can last for me. I'm being honest. I'm trying to be as careful as I can with my emotions. And right now, it's just been more of a difficult trend because of what transpired the last couple of years. So I don't know, man. I mean, that's yet to be seen. Let's see what happens in the next several weeks. How much longer I can go through this. Because right now, with this way this dump has been, shit, man, it's just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I cannot be convinced any further that, the longer I stay there, things are going to get better for me. When I already know there's already more than enough evidence to show for that, that nothing's just going to get better for me. And I said it, even on my Facebook, And look, yeah, I do want to see, I want to return to my friend circle. I've had thoughts about that, especially after all that I went through, just recently. I'm talking about like this past couple of months, the way that I'm just running into this kind of darkness that I never thought I would face, right? And it's just, unfortunately, I'm just facing that kind of reality, I told my therapist yesterday that, look, I thought that by avoiding my entire friend circle that I think that, as active, as extremely active as I've been on my job hunt, I thought, I would be getting a job a lot sooner. And that's what I've been doing. I've been spending all that time, shortly after I avoided my friend circle, into thinking, you know what? I'm going to apply more and more and more. I remember that one weekend in February where I applied to 21 jobs total. I counted. Nothing happened. Yeah, I got one interview, but then it's like, it's for, it's one I had to decline because, there weren't enough benefits. The benefits were not matching what I had. So, I mean, it just sucks, and unfortunately, I had to decline it. You know what I'm saying? So, and since then, I just really haven't gotten anything. I mean, at this point, I just don't want to hear, but then I can't avoid it anyway. But what this news has brought out about, Trump's tariffs and the fact that there's too many cuts on jobs and layoffs and resignations and, oh man, look, I know what I have to do as a graphic designer, knowing what the current trends are, especially the fact that graphic design has transformed into the digital realm, right? I know what to do. However, I need solid patience, or I just need more than enough patience for me to, to learn what Rico is telling me to learn. If I want to get a better chance of a new job, since a lot of companies these days, as he told me, are requiring UI UX design. That's interface design like that is basically tied to website design, which ties into the digital realm of what graphic design is. And yes, I mean, if I have to, I gotta take AI courses. It's that's just the reality that I'm facing if I want to continue being a graphic designer. But it is going to take some time. Honestly, for me, I've long been overdue for a new job. These last couple of years, it just has not been like despite several job interviews, it's just been, I still haven't had one. I don't know what it is, man. And I was like, man, I thought I would have it. Some of the companies that gave me the job interviews, I was able to, they were impressed with my qualifications. So I would have thought, hey, it sounds like I might get it. Hell, me and Johnny were like, yeah, it looks like this might be my chance. My breakthrough's coming. And, And then it's like, I haven't heard from them. I'm like, what? Even Carlos is asking me all these questions, like, you know, why didn't they hire you? Why didn't they do this? Why that? You know what I'm saying? He's asking me. I wish I could ask them why, but, you know. And so I don't know at this point. Yeah, I know I'm not the only one in this world that is, you know, even Laura made it clear. Shout out to Laura. You know, she's quite a darling. And I know she even told me this too about, you know, the job hunting is being really tough, you know, especially in this day and time, even before Trump's tariffs have taken effect. You know, the increase of inflation and all that. So I don't know, man. For me, I'm still trying, but you know, that's something I'm gonna have to really, really dig further to, because unfortunately, where I'm at, it's just, man. So I can't, like, I'm mentally exhausted, but at the same time, I'm still trying to get through this, especially with the pain that I'm still dealing with, the darkness that I'm still feeling. Like, even while I'm still in this abnormal workplace that has mentally destroyed me, man. So as of right now, getting back to, you know, my friend circle, look, I can assume at this point that Dewey is probably fed up with me. Now again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong into thinking that Dewey has probably already left me, because before, like right after that group text incident, there were certain people, you know, certain friends that I had to, you know, avoid for a while. Dewey was one of them. He got frustrated. He got very upset. He thought that, you know, from what Russ told me, that I'm wasting his time, or, you know, yeah, that I'm wasting his time. We should not be friends anymore if this is going to continue. Guess what? It's already been 5 months, and have not talked at all. So I don't know. I'm assuming that he already left my friend circle. Now again, I could be wrong. Like I was wrong when I thought Julio was already fed up with me. You know, I thought I made this clear that, like, you know, right after the group text, it was all done. Like we were, like he was through with me, and it turns out he wasn't. Now he wants to catch up with me. I'm gonna see him next week on Thursday. But yeah, guys like Dewey, Anastasia, who knows with her? She's probably fed up with me too. You know, at this point, I mean, it's a risk for me to get back to my friend circle, you know, after what I did through the first 5 months, right? After what I did toward the end of January. But I mean, who knows, dude? It is a big risk, but then at the same time, like, I mean, I don't even know yet, dude. Like, look, I did have thoughts. I do have thoughts. But the fact of the matter is, you know, that is another factor as to why I feel like my self-confidence has just gone down completely, and my self-esteem. The fact that it's only demons and walls in my surroundings, and the fact that I'm at home and work all the time, it's just, you know, even if I'm in this dump right now, like, the fact of the matter is I'm just sitting there rotting my brain out, just thinking about my home issues, when it's supposed to not be like that, you know. You know, work is work, home is home. Leave everything at home, leave everything at work. You know what I'm saying? I get all that, but in this case, it just is not working for me. That when there's nothing going on and nobody's talking to me, then, you know, why wouldn't I think about what's happening at home? Everyone, you know, my entire family is getting to my head. You know what I'm saying? Because of these issues I'm having, I mean, it just makes me feel like the only choice I got is to return to my friend circle. But look what I've done just the past year and the year before that, to where I nearly destroyed my friend circle. I nearly destroyed the Nutballers group. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you would think by now these guys like Russ, Dewey, Julio, Robbie, well, Robbie's not my friend no more, but you know, all these people remaining, even Carlos and Ray, Neil. I mean, I thought they would have probably been fed up. You know what I'm saying? So, look, for my sake, I've said it before, and I said it in the first video that I did, where I was addressing the, you know, where I'm at with the nutballers, where I'm at with my friend circle, this and that. You know, for the sake of their well-being. Man, pay attention, motherfucker. The fact of the matter is, I mean, like, it is a big risk. It's like part of me wants to return, but then another part of me says don't do it yet. So I'm kind of in the in between, but it just depends how things are like, you know, are gonna pan out for me. You know, if I continue to still avoid them, right? My entire friend circle. I mean, again, I'm gonna see Julio pretty soon. I'll see how that works out. But I don't wanna. That doesn't mean I'm really gonna like try to get back fully. I don't want to get back entirely, because the fact of the matter is, I said it before. If I go back to my friend circle, and you know, despite all these therapy sessions that I've taken, and you know, it might just get to a point where I'd rather they not see me yet, while I'm still at my worst, and while I'm still, you know, therapy certified, for them to see a much stronger version of me. I mean, I really want them to see me doing better when I already have a new job, right? But it has not been the case. And, you know, I'm like mixed between what emotions I got. And look, no matter how many therapy sessions I take, no matter, you know, the fact is, and if I'm still here rotting my brain out, just feeling annoyed, like having these kind of feelings that I have, and these negative thoughts, especially about how I got hired here, the fact that nobody's ever reaching out to me, making me a valuable employee still, even as a quote unquote graphic artist, you know, then it's like there's no use for me coming back to my friend circle. You know what I'm saying? I like, it's best for me to just not come back if I'm still working here, even if I have taken therapy. Because this is not a workplace for anyone to want to work in. Who wants to get paid $16.50 an hour as minimum wage, especially for a graphic designer, where now an entry level position starts at $25 an hour? It does not make any sense. So therefore, I'm still in an abnormal place. It's only the favorites running this place. So there's just no way I'm going to get better at it. Yeah, therapy might just help me elsewhere, or even at home, with all the home issues I'm dealing with as a result of this fucking place. You know, I have to think about it. I feel like a special needs I feel like a special needs employee at this point, based on how I got here, because, you know, I said it in my blog today. The fact that I cannot forget what Donald told Rico. You know, it's just, you know, the fact that he told Rico that I gotta, you know, he has to mentor me. So the way I got hired is not, it just doesn't seem like directly satisfying compared to how I got hired at Knott's Berry Farm. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, to conclude, I just don't even know yet if I want to go back to my friend circle. I don't want to fully yet. Yeah, I'll see Julio, and I want to see Neil again pretty soon too. But I just don't want to return to doing group chats yet, or even just talking constantly to other friends. I don't want to go there yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not comfortable enough for as long as I have these kind of feelings, and at any given time, I'm going to be at my worst and at the point where I just can't take it anymore. All right, this is all I'm going to say. You know, hopefully I can, you know, it's like, again, with therapy, I don't know if it's going to work out for a dump like this. Because I said it again on my Facebook, and a lot of people don't want to believe me. Work is work. Yeah, this is an abnormal workplace to make people feel like shit. All right, peace.